Hey everybody, welcome back to Megan's Table. Today I'm in my garage. It's a mess, but my freezer's not. I am going to show you kind of like a freezer tour, but not maybe a freezer tour, but more like what's in my freezer and what you can freeze, because right now we're trying to go to the grocery store less, and so we're buying for longer, some of us, and we want to be able to make things last longer. The freezer is a great way to save money, save your food so you're not throwing it away, and make things last longer. I'm going to give you some tips on what things you can freeze, and some of them may surprise you. So let me show you. Something that is great to freeze is bread. I have several types of bread. I've got bagels and of course like store-bought frozen bread, like Hawaiian rolls. These are great to store. I have a really good recipe that I've been making. It's really fast and easy for ham and cheese sliders in the oven on these, and it's so delicious. So I bought a few last time I went, so I've got them in my freezer. Another thing is baked goods. So I made these cinnamon rolls for our general conference, which is a conference for our church last Sunday, and I didn't need a ton. I didn't need any. I didn't need a ton, so I put half in here and I froze it, saving it for later. Here's a bit of an up-close shot. I'm not sure how big this freezer is. It's a GE, and honestly, it is pretty beat up. We bought it on Craigslist years ago, and we'll just use it until it kicks the bucket. This is in our garage. So like I said, I have those cinnamon rolls, and in here I've taken out like individual stuff that I buy for my kids. These are Hot Pockets. I take them out and put them in here. That saves a lot of space than having the giant box. So my freezer came with this wire basket, which is a great way to kind of like organize the space because it's so deep and stuff gets lost in there a lot. So let me show you what's under it. So under it I have my jam. I make freezer jam. Ooh. And you can freeze these. I have some in plastic containers. Oop, sorry. Some in plastic containers, some in actual glass jars, but just don't fill them all the way to the top because they do expand. Next I have my meat. I've got chicken. I've got other kinds of like seafood and salmon down there. And then I've used these dollar store bins to create kind of like layers. Here I have my bread and popsicles for my kiddos. And down here I have another bin with seafood. It's got shrimp and the salmon that I bought at Costco. And then we have a lot of meat. I have fish sticks, chicken breasts. These are pre-made sandwiches. I'll link the video below, but they're bacon, egg, and cheese, what's the word? English muffins. So you can actually just, for a quick breakfast, you can take the wrapping off, wrap it in a paper towel, and stick it in the microwave. So anyways, and then also down there I have some frozen veggies. Of course, frozen veggies are easy to store. You just grab them from the grocery store freezer section. But another thing you can do is buy fresh veggies and stick them in the freezer. Now this bag of green beans I just didn't get to. So right before things are gonna go bad in your fridge, stick them in your freezer and that will preserve them longer. And now I've got frozen green beans. Did you know you can freeze Bluebell? Just kidding. How long will it last? A long time. Unless your kids find it. Okay, so now we're gonna move inside. I actually have 3 freezers. I have my fridge and freezer combo in the fridge like normal. I've got this deep freeze in my garage, and then in my laundry room I actually have a stand-up fridge. So let's go, let me show you that. Okay, so now we're in my laundry room, and this is a stand-up freezer. It is old, very old, Gold Sport Sears, and it's super old. We got it from a friend of ours for free. So we're using it till it dies. Once it dies, I'll get a bigger one, probably another stand-up. And when my chest freezer, if and when it kicks the bucket, I'll probably also replace it with a stand-up, just because it's so easier to see everything, and stuff doesn't get lost as much as it does in the deep freezer. So going on with the bread, so we've got bread like, this is pre-made garlic bread. Another good idea to get bread on sale. If you go by Walmart Bakery, they have like old bread, it's not really old. And this is an everything bagel French loaf that I got for 60 cents. Freeze it will be great. Something else that might surprise you that you can freeze is chocolate. Not just these kinds, but Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, any kind of chocolate, y'all. Lasts longer, it's hidden from the kids, and it's delicious. So there you go, put it away for a rainy day. Buy them when they're on sale. These were on sale after Easter, after certain holidays, the candy will be on sale, and stick it in your freezer. Another thing that freezes really well is butter. You can stock up on butter, and if you don't go through it fast enough, stick it in your freezer, let it thaw on the counter for a little while, bam, you got butter. What else do I have in here? Lunch meat. You know at Costco you can get like the super long packs, like it's like 3 of these connected. Great thing, throw it in the freezer, defrost it in the fridge. Now obviously you can't be like, oh I need meat, let me grab it and use it right then. But kind of think ahead. I feel like this virus is causing us all to kind of think ahead on meals and groceries and all that. So think ahead and get it out the night before you're gonna need it and defrost it in the fridge. You can even put it on the counter for a little bit, just in case, because you know, guacamole, or as my 3-year-old calls it, huckamole. I buy these, it came in like 3 packs of this from Costco, but we don't use it fast enough. I mean, look how green that is. It's great. Just stick it in your freezer, make sure it's freezer tight, airtight, and throw it in. I've had this for a few months, I think. Another thing is if this has the date, let's see. But if you don't have the date, like if you freeze your own stuff in bags, always write the date on it so you know, and maybe even what it is, because sometimes it gets lost in the bottom of the freezer and it's so icy on the outside you can't even recognize it. So write what it is and the date. These are blueberries, fresh blueberries that I got and froze. Pizza dough. As easy as it is for me to make pizza dough, you still have to get out the mixer, get out all the ingredients, all that stuff. Why not make a big batch and freeze it? So tomorrow is Saturday. We typically have our pizza night on Saturday because Friday is my husband and mine's date night. So in the morning I can just set this on the counter. It will rise and thaw at the same time all day. Bam, pizza dough. And I didn't have to get out all the stuff. More bread. These were just like deli, the hoagie rolls. So one day we can, if we want to have these for dinner or lunch, I can just throw them on the counter and they'll thaw. Another great thing to thaw in gallon Ziplocs is soup. This happens to be chili, and you lay it flat to freeze, and then you can stand it up and file them in. It's great. This is chili, and I actually put too much tomato, so I know when I thaw it I need to add some things to offset the tomato. But typically you can take it out, throw it in your, break it up, throw it in your crock pot, and you got it that day. Cheese, did you know that you can freeze cheese? This is great for smaller family if you want to use the cost benefits at Costco, but you can't really get through it, or even big families like mine. I buy a 2-pack at Costco, throw one in the freezer, throw one in the fridge, and you've got it. I have even had success with freezing block cheese. A lot of people say that that's a no-go, but I've had success. I'm not gonna sit there and eat it by itself, the texture changes, but if I wanna throw it in soups or anything, then that's fine. But I will say for best results, shredded cheese in the freezer. Bam. Let's see. This one I've never done before. American buttercream frosting. I hate to waste it, and I just had some extra, so I threw it in the freezer. I've heard that it works. I'll let you know. Grated zucchini. I had a bunch of zucchinis and I made zucchini bread, but my zucchinis were getting ready to look a little less hardy, let's just say. And before they went bad, instead of waiting a few days and tossing them in the trash, I grated them, put them in here, so when I want to make zucchini bread, I've got fresh grated zucchini. So here is a close-up of our freezer. On the top I have a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables that I froze. I have mango chunks, I have blackberries, blueberries, strawberries back there. And these are great because I bought them fresh for a great deal. Like these mangoes, I got like 3 cases for 10 bucks from my local produce dealer. And I couldn't go through them fast enough, so now I have frozen mango for smoothies. On this next shelf, I have meat. I've got these beef burgers. I tried to get a variety. I've got two pork loins, even hot dogs, guys. Y'all can freeze hot dogs and hot dog buns. So we don't buy them very often, but these Costco ones come in a 3-pack. So I threw one in here, 2 in here actually. We've already used one, and put one in the fridge. Chicken, drumsticks. I've got a little bit of this left that I'm going to use up for a small meal. It's like a garlic and veggie and chicken meal right there. I only had a little bit of this left, but instead of throwing it away, I can add some extra veggies, some extra pasta, and some extra chicken, and there I have a meal for my family. So on this shelf, I kind of have some, oops, sorry. On this shelf, it's kind of miscellaneous. Here's that chili I told you about, and the buttercream. Oh, that's not where the buttercream was. The buttercream was down here. Cheese. These are cut up potatoes. Yes, you can freeze potatoes. You know how you buy freezer French fries? Well, make your own. They get a little dark. These didn't even really get dark, so I chopped them up, threw them in the freezer. I've got vegetables. These are some muffins that I made that were super good, but I just couldn't finish them, so we froze some for later. More jam. Yes, I am my family and I love homemade jam, and now that's all they want to eat. They don't like store-bought jam, so I've got some in plastic containers again. I've got cranberry jalapeno, raspberry. These are applesauce, homemade applesauce. So yeah, jam. There you go. These are, you know, the Ocean Spray cranberries. I bought some when they were on sale, way cheap at Christmas time, Thanksgiving time, and I froze them. Moving on to the door. I think I've showed you guys most everything. I've got bread, I've got candy. These are the little dumplings from Costco, and this is a sauce packet for them. And I took them out of their container just because the box is so big, but it fits better. I think I showed everything down here. I've got the lunch meat, guacamole, butter, some ice packs, and some bread. So here we are in my kitchen, and this is my inside freezer. So this, just to warn you, is a mess. I did not clean this out beforehand, so this is real life. So in here I have a lot of little things that we need to use up, like the last of the oldest frozen strawberries. This is a container for our ice cream maker, Hot Pockets. This is just a little bit that can be used for lunch. Avocados. Let me see. Green beans. These are mushrooms that were getting kind of slimy, so I froze them. I can use them in a quiche or something. What else do we have? Just a bunch of little things that we need to use the rest of. Another great thing that you probably didn't think you could store is, not that one, beans. You can cook up black beans in your Instant Pot or however you normally cook beans and throw them in the freezer, and then they're great for salads and soups and stews, and they're already made. You don't have to spend those hours that it normally takes to make beans. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I am almost at 100 subscribers, which I'm pretty excited about, and I'll be doing a giveaway when I get to 100 subscribers.